This is the 101st Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud, which appears in the tractate of Gittin, page 15a. Taiku is an unresolved, unanswered question, and the tradition is that we need to wait until the Messiah comes, and as it is told that Elijah, the prophet, will herald the coming of Messiah, and Elijah will answer the questions. According to this tradition, it's Elijah that answers the questions. And I always thought, why is it Elijah that answers the question? Why not the Messiah himself? I never really did get a good answer to that, but I guess that's my own personal Taiku. But anyway, there's this rabbi. I think he comes from, he was living in the city of Ramat Beit Shemesh in Israel. His name is Rabbi Aharon Yehoshua Pessin, and he, back in 2006, published a book called Taiku, and it was a compilation, collection of all these Taikus in the whole Babylonian Talmud. And he made a book called Taiku, and he lists how many Taikus appear in which tractate, and each one, and what page they're on, and some other information too. But I found that interesting, and that was inspiration for this work. And so I've been doing this for the past over 3 months now. 90 days would be 3 months, and this is the 101st, so it's like 3 months and 10 days, 11 days. Started back on June 20th. I think it was June 20th or June 19th, around that time. Anyway, this is the 101st Taiku, according to his book, in the Babylonian Talmud. And it's in Gittin, tractate Gittin, 15a. Iboilahu, a dilemma was raised before those studying this issue. Rabbi Shimon HaNasi, Nasihu, O Bishmei Dinasi Kamar, Tashema, Demar Rav Yosef, Halachak Rabbi Shimon HaNasi, Vedayin Tiboilach, Nasihu, O Dikamar Bishmei Dinasi, Taiku. Is the Rabbi Shimon HaNasi mentioned here himself a Nasi, or does the Braita mean that he spoke in the name of the Nasi? It says Rabbi Shimon HaNasi, and they want to know if he was actually a Nasi, or is Rabbi Shimon who is speaking in the name of a Nasi? I mean, okay. The Gemara suggests coming here that which Rav Yosef, who was precise in his statements, says. The halacha is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Shimon HaNasi. This indicates that he was an actual Nasi. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, the Gemara always says, this rabbi says in the name of somebody. Always. It always says, Amar Rabba, Amar Rav Yochanan, Amar Rav Zera, Amar Rav Oshaya, whatever it is. It says Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav. And sometimes it goes a few things, but I don't think once it says that a person would be called a Nasi or some title if he was saying the name of that. But anyway, they seem to be asking it here. And what sometimes really bothers me, sometimes these Taikus, I mean, as we read them, they're unanswered. But what I'm wondering is, why did this even make it to, out of the cutting room floor, Like, why did it even become a non-answer? I mean, some of them seemed so quite obvious, but anyway, that's just me. The halacha is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi. Okay, so you're saying that Rabbi Yosef was very precise. So if it says Rabbi Shimon HaNasi, he must have really been a Nasi. I don't see why you have to be so precise for that. I mean, it's Rabbi Shimon HaNasi, Rabbi Shimon the Nasi. Was he a Nasi or was he not a Nasi? I mean, so it kind of, I'm wondering why this is even a question, let alone a Taiku, to which all of these Amoraim, these luminaries, these are the leaders of the generation, didn't know the answer to. Anyway, but you can still raise the dilemma, it says here. Is he a Nasi, or does the Braita mean that he spoke in the name of the Nasi? As Rav Yosef may merely be quoting the above Braita. So the Gemara asks it again and says, is he a Nasi, or does the Braita mean that he spoke in the name of a Nasi? The Braita says his name is Shimon HaNasi. So just basically it was one question, and then it just reiterates the question. Rav Yosef maybe just merely quoting the Braita. So they're saying that Rav Yosef didn't call him a Nasi, he just said the Braita is right by calling him Shimon HaNasi. But really, it could be the name of the Nasi. Anyway, this is the 101st Taiku. And we need to wait for the Messiah. The Messiah. To come and ask, not the Messiah, but Elijah for the answer.